If you've been saying that you want to learn a language someday, this is your sign. I'm Caitlin, and I've been learning Chinese for the last few years while working a full-time job, and I'm sharing all my tips on how I did it. When you're learning a language, I want you to listen as much as possible, even if you're a beginner. So as you learn a language, you're going to be building up your vocabulary and your grammar, and you can have the most advanced vocabulary in the world, but it doesn't really help you if you can't understand what anybody is saying to you. So that's why it's so important to start listening early, because it's going to make it so much easier later. Some of my favorite ways to listen are listening to a podcast, watching a vlog, listening to music, and watching TV shows in my target language. There are so many podcasts out there for so many languages. And if you're a beginner, there are a lot of podcasts out there for beginners. So in these ones, they speak slower, they use simpler grammar. And so it can be a great way to get that listening practice in and get comprehensible input, which really helps build your confidence and just your ear for the language. My favorite podcast for Chinese listening practice is Chinese Pod. They have levels all the way from like newbie, beginner to advanced. And so it's just perfect to find your level. And they do a great job of going over grammar and vocabulary and also culture. Music is also a great way just to connect with the culture. And so I think going online and finding a few artists that you like and start to build up that playlist is really great. TV shows are another really popular way to get listening practice in. So I think there's like kind of two categories here. So one thing, if you're beginners, you can actually watch kids shows. So I feel like everybody watches Peppa Pig in Chinese. It's kind of like a thing. And Peppa Pig is great because they speak slower and they use vocabulary, but yet it's a show made for native Chinese speakers. And so it's a great way to get listening practice in. And so of course, the other option is to watch TV shows that are made for native speakers of the language. And these are also really great. And there's nothing wrong with watching them with subtitles in your native language. You can still learn a lot from these shows. You can learn a lot of sayings, you can learn culture, and they're just kind of a fun way to get a lot of listening in. Of course, vlogs are a super fun way to get input in as well. A couple of my favorite ones for beginner and intermediate is Shuo Shuo Chinese and Talkin' Red Red. They both have really good videos with good subtitles, so it's just perfect for practice. So if you're learning a language, let me know your favorite ways to listen. So if you found this helpful, feel free to follow along because I'll be sharing way more tips that helped me make progress in Chinese.